So, in the midst of this whole thing, the Oni has found time out of his busy schedule to tell his supposed wives that if you feel you cannot survive whatsoever it is that is happening in the palace, you cannot survive the potentiality of him taking more wives, or you cannot survive whatsoever it is that is about to hit the palace, then you should leave. Because according to what the Oni is saying right now, he wants to do every single thing that will seems quite inconveniencing to his wives, that will trigger them to leave the palace. And by that, people are beginning to say that taking in more wives just to inconvenience this woman might not be the best option. Yes, because remember that once you marry, and there is no going back on it. And according to what he has said, is that, these women have categorically refused to sign any form of divorce at all. And it has gotten to the point where he has even said to them that, see, whether you sign divorce or not, as long as you choose to remain his wife, then you should be ready to behave yourself. Because if you fight, if you cause drama, if you cause any form of chaos at all, that is the end of your case. And now the thing is, will these women be able to abide by this new law that has resonated all of a sudden? Because we know them to be fighters. We know these women to be the type of people who don't listen easily like that. We know these women to be the type of people who are good at creating chaos that them themselves, when it escalates or when it gets out of hand, they cannot manage. That is what we know them for. We know them to be the type of persons whom don't care of what will be the output of a matter, but destroying that particular matter is their optimal goal. That is what we know these women for. And then all of a sudden the owner is telling them that, see, I asked for a divorce, all of you refused. But if you ask for a divorce now and I refuse, I will be a very, very wicked person. But since both all of you have refused that, you will not grant me the peaceful divorce I asked for. Now I tell you one thing: if any one of you fights, if any one of you create chaos, if any one of you make it to the news headlines, then it is a gun for you. For how long will these women be able to keep up with this new law that has been given to them? Because the people we know, they are daily fighters. Every single day they create a stunt, they create something, they create war in one way or the other that will bring something up for them. And as it is right now that all of us are seeing it, and all of us are beginning to elaborate this matter, we know that people like Olori Toby even has a case that the Oni is trying to let go. Because if Oni's brother wants to push for that, he would definitely find that evidence he needs against Olori Toby Phillips. In fact, he has gotten it already before Oni said he should let the matter be. Because it was beginning to be like Olori Toby would do whatsoever it is to cover up for her wrongs. Yes, to cover up for the whole surrogate mother issue, not trying to let anybody know that actually it happened or any of those things. It became too obvious that Toby is trying to cover up. And as we speak right now, if they reawaken that case that they only have said the brother should just let it be, Toby has no chances of winning because the surrogate mother have spoken. According to what she said before this whole they should let it be, she said that right from the selection period
Dem
that
dey call
Toby
say
had
Ooni papa,
selected,
Ooni
she
brother,
actually took
Ooni
Toby in some
sisters.
pictures with
Na
Olori Toby
so they dey
Phillips.
call
Cause
am.
wow,
Just
it
even
is
if
a
those people
king's
get
wife.
names
You
now, people
understand?
don
She
forget
had
the
a
names.
few pictures
So
with
no
Olori
matter
Toby
wetin
Phillips.
happen, na
The
so they go
payment that
take
was made to
address am.
her
They no go even
carried
address
Toby's
them by
name.
their names, so
Actually, Toby
they
paid
go
to the
address.
hospital, but there were some payments to be made to her that she has a proof that she has some form of connections with Toby. And if they would want to test, she's available for any form of test at all. So if they test those children will match up with that woman. Because as it is, people donate sperm randomly at clinics. Yes, at IVF firms and the rest, people donate sperm there. So they might not know the father, but anyhow, she would match those children. There was so much high rate of assurance that this is Toby's end, and they only had to call in and say that what end the matter. Yes, because if Oni's brother drags Toby to her end today, tomorrow even the whole world will support Toby and say that it was your brother whom ended your wife. Yes, because you know how these women are. They don't care what happens. Look at what Miriam, the stunt Miriam pulled about suicide and the rest. What if people were not there? They would have blamed the Oni. Sure, you were the one that wanted to get a divorce by all means. You wanted to divorce your wife. You know, people love emotional blackmail. People love blaming you for what you are right about. Yes, they love making you seem like a wrong person in the midst of a whole chaos, or let's call it a whole dramatic experience. And that is exactly what they would do at the end of this matter. So Oni doesn't want it. So that was why he called his brother withdraw from every single thing concerning Olori Toby. Even if you have the evidence, it is true that Toby actually used a surrogate mother to carry her children. Let it be. Things happen, and this has happened. And right now, we know very well that this particular thing they are saying, if you cause any problem, if there is any war, if there is any battles, will Toby be able to stay without it? And then when we speak of Toby, we forget Miriam, we forget Ronke, because these people are the ones who are capable of fighting 10 times in a day. Yes, they are the ones who does these things effortlessly. They are the ones who does these things like it is a daily bread to them. It is the means of their survival. They're the ones who does these things like it is the air they breathe. So right now, no, the big question remains that will these women be able to survive this new law that has been given by the Oni? Because Oni requested for a divorce. They refused. That but how will divorce happen? No, lie, oh, there will be no divorce. But right now, it has become quite important and very, very necessary that a divorce take place if one person disobeys the Oni. Let's see how far this will get. And let's see how the Oni can be able to control wives or have them in check with this new law that he has given to them. Because we know very, very well, that a wife he has, there are people who don't even like listening. Yes, they are the type of persons who causing a problem is far better than giving a solution or looking at the matter in a perspective that it comes out well. Yes, we know very well that those are the kind of women Oni has. And today he has placed this law. We are eager. Yes, we are very, very eager to listen. We are very, very eager to know how it will all play out. Because at the end of the day, you would agree with me that all of these things happening in the palace, there is a way these women can be stopped, just that nobody has been able to figure it out yet.